So place the ring underneath one ankle and go ahead and lie down. The other leg, the foot can be down on the floor or the leg can be straight. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, press down on the ring and inhale, release. Exhale to press down and inhale, release. So just activating through the glute, through the hamstring, ensuring you're not tucking the pelvis. There shouldn't be any knee pain, so you can soften the knee a little if you need to. Just keep going with that, working to really fire up the back of the leg, because we're going to be thinking about these muscles throughout the class today and seeing how they help us with the mat work. Everything else should be nice and relaxed. Good, go ahead and roll up, pop the ring underneath your other ankle. You could of course use a ball if you don't have a ring. Rolling down, squaring the hips, relaxing the shoulders, pressing down and release. And keep going with that. Notice if one side is easier to activate than the other side. You could do more reps on the weaker side if you needed to. Keep going a few more of those. Should be really warming up through the back of the leg now. Good. And then place the ring to one side. You're going to lie down. We're going to go into the 100 and you're going to keep the legs down on the floor today. Inhale, and as you exhale, curl the upper body up and start beating the arms. Inhaling and exhaling for 5. So the legs are down, but I want them to be really active. So press them into the floor. Careful not to tuck the pelvis, but you should be scooping in the abs here. So it could be that the spine is quite flat against the ground. Keep beating the arms, keep reaching the legs. Do a few more sets there. Emptying the lungs as you exhale and filling the lungs on the inhale. And still the arms, roll the upper body down. Flexing the feet, bring the legs together. So we're going to take our rolls up. Arms and head come up as you roll up and reaching over on the exhale. Now really squeeze the legs as you roll down. We want to keep them as still as we can, rolling all the way down. Keep reaching through the heels as you stretch your arms, lift your arms, your head, rolling up, emptying the lungs. Now can you keep your legs really still by pressing them into the ground for this roll down? Great. And 2 more times, keeping the legs still as you come up. So you might notice that if you really do keep the legs still, you could try a few slower in your own time, you'll feel a lot more work through the abs and you'll feel a much nicer stretch through the back. Good. From there, taking the arms down by the side, ready for rollover, pressing the upper back into the floor, taking the legs overhead, open and roll the legs and spine down. Circling the legs, using the hamstrings as you circle. Now can you keep the hamstrings and the glutes quite active as you take your rollovers today? So seeing what a difference it makes just to keep awareness to that part of the body. You're not gripping in the legs, you're not locking in the knees, but you're active through the backs of the legs. So you're not collapsing with the legs as they go overhead. Good. And if you like, you can add that flex as you come back down through the midline of the heels, or keep the feet pointed. Finishing your last one there. And then we're going to roll up. We're going to take your ring and pop it underneath the ankle again for your single leg circles. So one foot on the ankle, from lying down, the other leg up to the ceiling. Slight press down on the ring as you take your leg circles. Inhaling and exhaling. So you might find this easier to do with a ball underneath your ankle because the ring is quite high. Some of them don't release much when you press them down. But keeping the pelvis still again, feeling how much you can work that stabilizing leg through the hamstring and the glute. Reversing your circles. Making sure you're really exhaling fully and inhaling to the back of the ribs. Good. Rolling up, placing your other foot on the ring and rolling down, other leg up to the ceiling, ribs into the ground, inhale, leg across, exhale, circle. So I always feel like this exercise is a bit like patting your head as you rub your tummy, and there are different things going on with the different legs, but for sure everything's active and awake. You shouldn't have any parts of the body that are just being missed out here. You want to be engaged through both legs, reversing your circles. Good. Ribs into the ground, navel to spine, chest nice and wide. And pausing there. Good. Rolling up. So we're going to put a ball between your heels and your seat. You can put a ring here, although it's a little bit trickier again if the ring doesn't have much give. So we want to keep those legs active as you roll back and forward. So feel how it is different doing this exercise when you keep the glutes and the hamstrings on. Good, so just take away that prop and do 3 more without the prop, but with the same feeling, with the same intention. You should feel a really nice opening through the lower back if you're engaging through the back of the legs. Great. And from there, going into our single leg stretch. So roll down, elbows high, shoulders are down, tummy in, pulling one leg in as you reach the other leg away, and then changing. So the leg that you're reaching away, I want you to think about reaching for a dartboard or something with that leg. So you're really reaching. You're not lowering the leg as it goes away from you, you're reaching it away. And it doesn't need to be too low. Obviously, the higher it is, the easier it is on the low back. But you do need to find the back of the leg as you reach the leg away. The other leg's pulling into the chest in opposition. Again, trying to keep the pelvis stable against that pull of the knee in. Good. And then from there, you're going to do double leg stretch. So pull both knees in and reach the legs and arms away. Circle everything back in as you exhale. Inhale, back to the legs active. Exhale to circle, empty the lungs. Inhale, reach. Exhale to circle. One more time, inhaling to reach. Exhaling to circle. Good. Take hold of one ankle for scissors now, elbows high, shoulders down, tummy in. Stretching now, really press the leg into the hand. And change. Again, press the leg into the hand. You might find if you think about the thigh bone pressing to the back of the leg, you feel more engagement through the low abs. Make sure the shoulders are settled here. There's no tension in the upper body. Your abs should be working. Good. Again, releasing the low back by pressing the back of the leg in towards the hand. And last one, so you're even on both sides. Bring the legs together, taking the hands behind the head. So you're going to squeeze the legs and they lower on the exhale, and then they lift on the inhale. And lower, imagine you're pressing down on the ring, and lift. Lower and lift. Good, we're going to change the breathing. This time you're inhaling to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Keep that tailbone down until the last minute. Lower and lift. Good. Bending the knees, ready for your crisscross. Twisting from one side to the other. And just like your single leg stretch, as that leg reaches away, you're actively reaching through the back of the leg. The other hip stays grounded as well as you twist. Good. One more to each side. And pausing there to roll down and relax. Just let your head roll from one side to the other. Good. Taking a breath. And roll all the way up to sitting. So we're going to take your spine stretch forward now. So sitting with the legs just a little wider than the mat. You're going to reach forward. Now think of your horse back exercise in your reformer here. Pressing the tummy back, heels and legs forward. And roll all the way up. And again, so the legs are going to press down into the floor as the heels reach away and you stretch. And roll back up. Think about the breath element here as you reach forward, empty the lungs, draw the tummy in, press those legs down as you reach the feet away, and rolling up. One more time, stretch, and rolling back up. Taking hold of your ankles. Remember the arms are straight here even if the legs are bent. And you're going to try and get those legs straight so you can feel again the legs pressing into the hands. So the backs of the legs are working as you roll back and forward. Rolling back and forward. So feel those hamstrings and those glutes working to press into your arms, and your shoulders are drawing down and resisting that press of the legs. Good. 2 more times. Lifting the chest, keeping that tummy scooped, making sure you keep your curve as you sit up tall. Lovely. And rolling back down. Let's just take some hip rolls. So bend the knees, take the arms to the side. Inhale, knees to one side. Exhale to center. Inhale to the other side. Exhale to center. Take 2 more to each side, just taking a little breather here, but still working through the abs, working to stabilize through the upper body. Last one on each side. Good. And then coming onto your front, we're going to take a few cobras just to warm our back and extension, and then we're going to go straight into the full swan. So taking the legs, reaching them away from you, arms either side of your mat. Inhale to lift the spine. Exhale to lower back down. So we're going to be warming up through the backs of the legs here by keeping the feet still as you lift your chest, maybe not coming to straight arms, and lower down. Remembering that if your arms are a bit wider for this exercise, you're going to find it a little bit easier to lift up into extension, or a bit less of a steep curve. Good. So from there, we're going to go into either your drop catch, carry on with your cobra, or into your full swan. Lifting up, reaching the arms out to the side, and away you go. Lift, inhale, inhale to lift, exhale to tip. 1 or 2 more. Feel how the legs being super active makes this exercise possible. And then resting down, stretching back into your rest position. And coming onto your front again for single leg kick. So our arms are going to be in the number 11, fists pressing down, or the hands can be together. Lift the chest, lift the tummy, pubic bone down. So legs reaching away. Feel as you engage the hamstrings and the glutes how the knees might lift. If they start lifted, they're going to stay lifted as you do 2 little kicks and stretch. 2 little kicks and stretch. So as you alternate sides, you're looking that the pelvis doesn't rock from side to side. But most importantly, you're looking that the pelvis doesn't jolt in towards the lower back. So you might need to slow down, feel permission to slow down and feel how much you actually need to work the hamstrings and the glutes for the pelvis not to move. Good. So it really is an exercise to prepare you for the next exercise. Lowering back down, popping your hands behind your back, palms up, elbows down, legs together. Take your 3 kicks. Press the feet down as you lift your chest up. Lower the head and chest, 3 kicks. Reach your legs down as you lift your chest up. And one more time, 3 kicks. Lower the legs and lift your chest all the way up. And lowering back down. Great. Turning onto your back now for neck pull. So sitting up nice and tall, legs reaching away from you. Again, in this sitting position, like anytime you're sitting, you're going to now think about pressing your legs into the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, roll the spine down, pressing the head back into the hands. Inhale, lifting the head, think of rolling into yourself as you roll all the way back up, legs pressing into the ground. Inhale, the legs are going down as your spine reaches up. And then roll the spine down. Keep reaching those legs down and away from you as you roll down. Inhale, lift the head and chest, diving into yourself, rolling forward. Exhale everything. Inhale again, find that opposition of the legs going down as the spine goes up. Keep the legs active as you roll down. Great. Inhaling to lift the head and chest and rolling the spine all the way back up. Good. And then from sitting tall, we're going to come ready for your shoulder stand. So taking the arms down by your side, roll the legs over and up. Good. So making sure you're on your shoulders and not your neck. Just try and think about the backs of the legs working a little bit here before you even go anywhere. So we're keeping one leg fairly still. You're going to try not to bring it closer towards you as you take the other leg away for your scissors and change. So really, the leg that's reaching away from you, you can feel the glutes, the hamstring working. Think about also reaching the leg up as it goes away. Good. Keep your breathing consistent, because this is another exercise I find because we're upside down. The first thing to go is the breath, so keep breathing into the ribs, to the back of the ribs. Good. And if your split does get bigger, remember you're going for an even split and you're not taking that leg any further over your head. Great, keeping an eye on the waist as well. Legs come overhead and roll the spine all the way down. Great. Planting the feet on the floor. Go ahead and roll the spine up as you inhale and roll the spine down as you exhale. Let's just take 2 more of these, articulating through the spine, but really working through the backs of the legs. Good. Think about the weight across both feet, big toe, little toe, and heel. Make sure you're not rolling out or in on either leg. Good. Have a quick glance. Make sure your knees are parallel to your hips. Good. And then from there, we're going to just march the feet, lifting one foot and then the other. So this is a great exercise again to find those hamstrings and glutes to really open out through the front of the hips. Good. Keep going. One more to each side. Good. And then roll the spine back down. Take your ring or your ball, pop it in between your knees. We'll just do one more little bridge series here. So breathing in to prepare, breathing out, roll the spine up. Find your bridge. Remember you're on your shoulders, not your neck. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your prop. Inhale to release. Exhale to squeeze, trying to make sure you're working evenly through both legs, which can be hard. Sometimes, most of the time, you'll have one side that's a little bit dominant. Good, and feel when you squeeze how you actually also increase that openness across the front of the hips. Great, and then release the squeeze, roll the spine down, and again, just hugging the knees into the chest. So we'll take a spine twist here, and if you can try it with the feet against a wall to try and keep the legs really still. So arms reaching out to the side, breathing in. Exhale to pulse. Inhale, center. Exhale, pulse. Inhale, center. So as with the other sitting exercises we've already done today in class, I want you to really activate your hamstrings pressing into the ground, which is harder if your knees are bent. But that's the feeling. You're growing tall because you're pressing down. Good. And remember, we want a really good twist in the low waist here. Good. And once you're even both sides, release the arms. Getting ready for jackknife now. So you can do a rollover if you're not going into jackknife, or you can carry on with your bridge and leg work, or arms down by the side, legs together. Rolling over and up, backs of the legs. Good. Now keep thinking of the backs of the legs working as you roll down. Good. And again, over and up. Try not to let the legs drop over the feet, so you'll find that back line of the body as you roll the spine back down. Good. Over and up. And then draping the spine down, working through the backs of the legs and the backs of the arms, so that your shoulders aren't rounding. Lovely. Let's come onto our sides now for side lying work. You can place your hand behind your head and the other hand on top or in front of you if that's better for you. Lengthening through the waist, so you've got a long spine. So we're going to start with your kicks today to stretch out those hamstrings because we've been working them. So inhaling kick, exhaling to go back. So adding that point and flex, it's partly choreography, but actually it helps to stretch the hamstring and then the calf. And then again, when you're taking that leg back, it's really your glute and your hamstring which are working to open the hip. Great, and last one there. And then we're going to go into bicycle. So take the leg forward, bend the knee, taking hold of the ankle, take the knee back. Now keep the knee where it is as you reach that leg back and take that straight leg all the way forward. Bend the knee, taking hold of the ankle, circle round, reach, and then bring the leg forward. And we can add a little stretch of the arm this time. As you take the leg back, reach the opposite arm away, feel that length. and then circle the leg. Good, we're going to reverse. Keep that leg straight as it goes back. When you can't go back any further, bend the knee, wheel it forward. Try to keep the thigh still as you stretch your leg. There's your hamstring stretch, and circle. Again, adding that reach if you like. Bend the knee, bring it in and forward. And last one. Great, come onto your belly now for some heel beats. So hand underneath the forehead, shoulders relaxed, tummy in, pubic bone down, legs reach away, and you take your little beats. Good. So don't overshoot this exercise, don't go too high. You'll actually find a lot of work when you just take the legs off the floor. Good. Inhaling and exhaling evenly, and rest the legs. And coming onto the other side. Lying in your long straight line, making sure your hips and shoulders are stacked, shoulders are down the back, lifting the top leg, reach it back. Inhale as you kick and flex, exhale, press the foot back. Looking to keep long in the waist, reaching through the crown of the head, all the way down to the tip of the toes. The underneath leg is pressing down into the bench to keep stable. And finishing your last kick and reach there. And we'll go into your bicycle kicks. Take the leg forward, holding onto the ankle, stretch through the front of the thigh, reach the opposite arm in front of you, swing and wheel the leg back. Keep a fluid breath here. In that circular motion, you're still trying to maintain stability of the spine, although not staying rigid. Reaching from the fingertips to the toe tips. Reversing your circles, trying to keep the knee in line with the hip as you bend the knee. Swinging the leg round. Reaching through that whole front line. And there'll be a small arch of the spine, but be careful not to collapse. Really keep that navel to spine as you reach. And rest the leg down, coming onto your front for your heel beats. Forehead on the hands, relaxing the shoulders, lifting the tummy, pubic bone into the bench as you squeeze and beat the legs together. Try and move the legs from the tops of the inside thighs, keeping the feet active. The knees are reaching but not locked. And keep going there, relaxing the shoulders before resting the feet back down. Come onto your back, we're going to go into teaser 2 here. So starting with the knees bent up, shoulders relaxed. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, roll up into your teaser. Good, so all this work in the back of the legs is going to make this exercise easier as you lower the legs and lift. And lower. This should be the easiest teaser lower lift of the legs you've done. Good, let's do 2 more. Lower and lift. Keep that chest nice and high, keep that tummy in, shoulders down. Roll the spine all the way down. We're going into teaser 3. Rolling, lifting everything up and everything down. Remember to wheel through the spine, don't miss any parts out. Lift, 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 lift. And everything rolls down and you lengthen as you roll back down. One more time, rolling everything up and everything down. Great, come onto your tummy. For swimming, we're just going to do the legs today. So keeping your hands underneath your head, shoulders are relaxed, tummy in, and like your heel beats, just lift and lengthen. Don't stretch them all the way up, just open the hips. And then you're going to beat the legs. Really nice. Now, are you working both legs evenly? Is one leg a little bit half asleep? Bring your attention to those muscles on the back of that leg and see if you can really lengthen and open the front of the hip. Good. Rest the legs down. Coming into a plank position for your leg pull front. We're just going to lift the leg and lower. We're not going to do your tendon stretch today, so just lift and lower. Good. So again, finding the back of the leg. thinking of those muscles from your arse to your hamstring, your thas. Good. Upper body's really strong here. Think of pulling the mat apart. And release down, come into a rest position. Coming onto your knees for a side kick kneeling prep. So taking the arm out to the side, find that side lying position. Hand can be on the hip or behind the head. Just going to lift and lower that leg, but I want you to think of your supporting leg. I want you to think of pushing that hip forward so it's as flat as it can be across the front. Trying to check your alignment so that your hips and your shoulders are stacked, you're not twisted in your torso. Good. And last one. Good. Pivoting over to the other side. Align yourself, push that hip forward. Keep strong underneath on that supporting hip as you lift and lower the leg. Good. Hands are actively supporting the head here. Great. And last one, coming all the way down into your side bend. So crossing the ankles. You can start with the feet stacked if you prefer. I'm going to do it this way, lifting up into the side bend. Now I'm going to use my legs here and lowering back down. So all that preparation work we've done using the legs means they stay on as you take your side bend and as you come down. One more time, lifting up and back down. Great, to the other side now. Stretching up and over as you inhale and lowering back down. Remember that supporting arm is acting like a prop rather than a support. Good. And last one, when you're up there, squeeze those legs together. Good. And all the way back down. We're going to go into crab now. You can take a seal or rolling like a ball if you prefer, taking hold of the ankles, making sure you're far enough back on your mat so that you can roll forward and backwards. So as you're ready, rolling forward, just touch the forehead on the ground and press the feet and the hips into the hands. You stretch your lower back. Rolling back, keep that pressure of the feet into the hands, change the cross. And again, press the legs into the arms as you roll forward onto your head. And then rolling back. So this exercise I find feels great. It shouldn't feel like a strain. It just really works to open up the back of the pelvis with the pressure of the legs into the hands. And when you're opening and changing the cross, try and keep your legs on. So again, you're not switching off and on again. You're keeping that gentle engagement all the time. Good. Taking one more. And then coming onto your front, we can't miss out rocking because this is really all about those hamstrings, the back line of the body. So let's take a prep, taking the hands around the feet, press the heels in towards the bum, and then press the feet into the hands. And again, using your hands and then using your legs. One more time, press in and press out. So with the legs working, so the knees are probably off the floor here, you're going to press and lift up and then lower back down. And again, lots of work through the hamstrings and the glutes here. Lift and lower. So we're thinking of opening the chest, stretching the spine, don't grip in the upper body, and lower back down, carrying on with that or any prep, or going into your rocking, lifting up, using your inhale to try and help you to rock up. And last one, and releasing down. Great, into control balance or any shoulder stand with a prop underneath you. Lifting the legs up and overhead. So find that supported feeling on the shoulders, taking hold of one leg, and just like your scissors at the beginning of the class, you'll get a great feeling through the back if you press your leg into your hands as you take your stretch. There's also the other leg to consider, which is reaching up towards the ceiling, so that one goes up and away from you. Good, keep on going, alternating sides. Don't work too hard in this exercise. Anytime you're balancing, you don't want to be gripping. Good. And when you're even on both sides, take the legs overhead, maybe flex the feet to give the heels a little stretch, and then roll the spine down, hamstrings active. Good, hug the knees into the chest and relax.